Hello, children of the popcorn. Welcome to yet another evil popcorn podcast. You've got Mr. Popcorn and myself again. Say hello, Mr. Popcorn.
Yes, good evening, Baron. Good evening, children.
How are you doing?
I am fine, Baron. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. It feels
Yes,
like we've
yes.
just been in this world.
Yes, back again, back again. Good to see you again, and good to be back in this world again. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah,
We've gone from the apocalypse to the post-apocalypse, I would say, with this one.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So we've gone from Mad Max to Thunderdome, basically.
yeah, definitely. What are we
Now you're
talking
here.
about, Baron? But what are we talking
So we're
about?
well, just checking. You can hear me, okay? Yeah.
Yes, I can. And likewise.
Okay, no. Yeah, yeah. Just I had a little bit of an issue with my microphone before, but that's okay. As long as
Okay.
you can hear me and as long as the children can hear me, we're happy. So yeah, so tonight or this afternoon or this morning or tomorrow, whenever you're listening to this or watching this, we're doing Wyrmwood Apocalypse, which
hmm
is the another
hmm
one of the Roche-Turners. It's the direct sequel to Wyrmwood Road of the Dead.
hmm
But there appears to be some intervening time because we're introduced to some new characters at the start that weren't in the first one.
Yes,
Um,
and with Kia directs this one again, and he
mhm,
co-wrote it with his brother Tristan,
mhm.
and Tristan seems to do a lot of production roles as well, a lot of production work.
Yes,
Yeah,
his name does
outside
pop
of
up a lot.
directing. Yeah, I noticed today, which is cool.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so we the carryover
Yep.
characters are Barry and Brooke, and that's
Mhm.
it. So they're the only two that carry over from the previous
But
film.
something else carries over. There's another aspect that carries over, which is very cool.
Oh, okay.
The same actor playing the twin.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah,
Yes, sorry.
yeah.
Yes, you are correct. You are correct.
Of
So
our
there's an
antagonist. We
actor
don't have to say who that antagonist is yet, but that does
just yet.
happen in this film, which is
So
done
yes,
really
so
well.
there is a
It's done
an
really
actor
well.
from the first film that is playing a new role in the
Mm,
second film.
mm.
One thing I will note, I did a little bit of a deep dive into Wyrmwood in the intervening time between when we recorded Road of the Dead and this. I found out that a Wyrmwood movie poster appears in the background of one of the shots in the sci-fi TV series
hmm
Z
hmm
Nation.
Okay, cool.
So
Oh,
it's kind of cool. The production crew apparently for that really liked Wyrmwood.
oh, that's cool. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. Um, and one thing that has developed, which is the budget. The budget is a lot more
Yeah.
with this one. Yes, they have
Yes.
funding for this one, children. And what did you think of the kind of Evil Dead 1 to Evil Dead 2 like
I
production,
did note,
boost, shall we
yeah,
say?
I did note that down. I did note down that it's like they've been given a bit more money for this one, so they've expanded the world a little bit and they've made it a bit more um in depth, I think. The movie has a bit more depth
hmm
because they've got a bit
hmm
more to play with.
hmm
I don't
hmm
think they were given enough money to make it a worse film. So they didn't have too much money, but I think they were given just
Yeah,
enough.
that's a nice way to put it. That's a nice way to put it. And the Evil Dead comparison's wrong, actually, because this is a whole different, it's its own individual, unique storyline.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. It's not the same
Yeah, yeah.
movie again or anything like
It
that. Yeah.
it's like the
Hmm?
same production company and the same people that have made a new film set in the same universe. So I mean, you could be forgiven for comparing it to Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, 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 sure, sure. Um, the lighting is really good. The lighting's
Mhm.
very current. It's very contemporary for like, when did this come out? 21, 22?
This one was 22, I believe.
Yeah.
Let me check. Yes, 2022. And it was released on February 17th in that year.
Cool. It's definitely a lot more like there's a lot more saturation of colors as well as inside and outside, as you can see on our screens there if you're watching on YouTube, with the
Yep.
same chap there. Yeah. And the cinematography is really good as well. Like
Yeah,
they achieve certain effects that really impress me, but I won't spoil it for now. But
yeah,
there
yeah,
was one point it was like, oh, how are they doing that? Yeah,
yeah,
and yeah. Very cool, very cool.
yeah.
Um,
So yeah, the gentleman behind us in the movie is referred to as the Surgeon General, if anyone's interested. Played
mhm,
by
mhm.
an actor called Nicholas Boshier. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Who is also an ARIA winning musician.
Yeah. Check out his IMDb, children, rather
Yeah.
than list. Go into the list of the amount of work that is done
Yes.
because it's a lot.
It's a
But
lot.
he's
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
He makes some cool choices. Is all I'll say. He makes some cool
Mm.
choices. I like his style. Hence the picture, as does the Baron. Yes. Would are we giving him
100%.
MVP? Are we giving him
Look,
MVP of Wyrmwood
from the
Apocalypse? There,
start,
Baron.
yes.
Yeah,
From the start
yeah.
of this, he's my pick.
Because he leans into it more, and he's got more to play with in this one. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like they took the Doctor character from the first film and then fleshed him out and gave
Hmm.
him some really interesting little psychological ticks.
Yeah, definitely. Um, I mean, we're kind of in general thoughts at the moment. Do you want to
Yep,
flesh them out more? I'll finish off
you
and
go.
then I'll swing it
Yeah,
to you. Yeah. Yeah,
100%.
great. It's yeah. I really hope they have a third because yeah, it's this. Then it'll slot into the classic horror trilogy of starting off
Yeah.
rough as guts, but still really cool. Second one, get a
Hmm.
bit more money, but not too much, as you, yeah, very nicely stated there, Baron.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, and because yeah, there is, I mean, spoilers. Yeah, spoilers. Go watch now. Come back if needed. Yes, otherwise carry on.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
they leave it very open at the end to a third one, definitely. It said,
Oh, for
especially
sure.
at
For
the
sure.
end. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Which was great, hilarious and great. Yeah, so it's definitely not as gritty and grimy. It is Mad Max 1 to Mad Max 2 is a better way to put
Yeah.
this, actually. Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
better comparison. Um, and it's great. It's fucking great. Yeah. I'll decide at the end which one I prefer. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Cool, cool. Yeah, we'll
After
do a
we've
comparison.
discussed it,
Do it.
we'll do a comparison.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, for
because they're
sure.
both great in their own way. But this one is just like, oh fuck yeah. I'm glad they
Yeah.
got that extra bit of money to just really have the fun they wanted to have and
Mm.
flesh out the story the way they wanted to. And the new
Yeah.
characters they've introduced are fucking great.
Yeah.
And that's a
Yeah.
really good yeah, aspect. But we'll get into that when we discuss the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. Up to you, please. Yeah, I
For
love it.
sure.
I
For sure.
love
Now
it.
I'm a big fan. I will probably go back and watch it again. Uh, this one did make money. So if you put the two
Cool,
together, smush them together
cool.
into one sort of money ball, they've come out ahead over the two films. So that's really nice. It means we'll probably get more. I really enjoyed the world. I like the characters.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
it felt like sort of part way between Z Nation and The Walking Dead for me.
Z Nation's
So
a
you
good
had
comparison, actually, because I have seen the first
mm,
season of that,
yeah,
yes. And it does kind of share a similar aesthetic and vibe
mm,
vibe to it.
yeah, I'd
Yeah,
agree.
and
I'd agree.
energy, pace to it. Yeah.
Hmm. Yep. So
Excuse me.
yes, no,
Sorry.
I like the
Sorry,
world.
vape.
You're right. It's all good.
Mhm, mhm.
So yeah, no, I liked it. I like the world. The Roche-Turners seem to be turning out good films, even though they don't have huge budgets, which is amazing in this world. Like
Oh,
you see these
Sting's doing good.
blockbusters.
Sting's doing well,
Yeah.
though. I mean, not,
Uh,
millionaires, but it's
no.
enough to inject into another movie, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so just for those people watching and listening, because I've got a VPN, I was able to watch it on the streaming options from the United States, but it will be coming to Australia very soon. When it does come, I would certainly suggest people go and see it.
I watched it on Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I watched it
Prime,
when it first hit. So yeah.
yeah, Prime Australia. I was able to just do it straight through Australia.
Ah, see, when I went to
Yeah.
watch it a few weeks ago, it wasn't on Prime Australia.
Okay,
Okay,
I
cool. Well, it's good
watched
to know
it
that it's here.
today. I watched it and the last one, previously
Okay,
during the week where we did the
cool.
first one. So yeah, no, they're both up there now. Yeah, just to clarify.
Brilliant.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah.
All right.
So
Well,
do
well,
watch them. Do watch them, and if you can purchase them, hard drive.
yeah, throw them some money. But like
Sorry,
I'm gonna
physical media, get the physical. Yeah, yeah, hard drive.
VOD and physical media. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, shall we get into the plot as
Mm,
we go? Well,
hmm.
actually, I'll go through this. So yeah, we've covered the director, we've covered the writers. So our main characters in this one, we've got
Yeah,
Luke
cast,
McKenzie
please.
playing
Yeah.
Reese, who Reese McKenzie is from the first movie, who played the captain. We've got
Hmm. Hmm.
Shantae Barnes Cohen as Maxie. We've got Jake Ryan as the Colonel. We've got Bianca Bradley again as Brooke. We've got Tazia Zallar as Grace. And we've got Jay Gallagher again as Barry. But our MVP, which is Nicholas Boshier as the Surgeon General,
Hmm.
he was credited as Nick Boshier on this film.
Hmm.
Uh, and then there's a
Was
number of other actors.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Was Chantel and is it Grace? Was that the other First Nation person,
Yeah, so
actor?
Shantae and Tazia or
Yeah,
Tasia.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They were great, and it's really good to see,
Mm,
like Benny as well. The representation's really cool, and they're really
yeah.
good as well.
Yeah, oh
Yeah,
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 amazing.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
feel
yeah.
shoehorned. It doesn't
No,
feel like
no,
it
no.
was
Yeah,
required or anything. And yeah,
yeah,
they fit into the world really well. So they're
yeah.
the two new characters we see at the start, along with Luke McKenzie playing Reese. Now Reese is playing the twin brother of the captain from the first film. So obviously he's got a beef against
Well,
Barry
and
and
yeah,
Brooke.
well, we may as well say as well. Sorry if you're about to say, but
No, you're right.
Grace and sorry, Maxie, they
Hmm.
are they're the nieces, yes, of
Yes,
Uncle
of
Benny, of Uncle
Uncle
Benny.
Benny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of Uncle Benny.
So
Yeah.
we hadn't seen them in the first film, but they are related to the first film through Uncle Benny.
Mhm. I assume they saw the dead body shot, the headless Benny. No, no, no.
I would
Sorry.
imagine
How did he die again?
he zombied himself,
Hmm.
and then he attacked. Oh, this is going back. Should I get my notes from the first one?
Because I was just unsure
Whatever.
how they knew about Uncle Benny coming into this scene.
It's
Yeah. I
it's
mean, not that
not.
I'm picking big holes, want to pick big holes or anything. That's not my intention.
Yeah, it's not well. It's
The
it's actually probably.
transition. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the transition's not well done. So there's obviously some time, and I don't think it's covered. But once again, they haven't done a lot of exposition, which is good.
Mm,
Um,
mm,
we get
mm.
an idea of what their characters are.
Oh, yeah. No, no, no.
Ben,
It didn't stop the flow. Um,
yeah. So
I
in my
mean, maybe
notes from the
just
first one,
very slightly,
yeah,
you know what I mean, but
uh,
not to any irksome degree at all.
no, didn't take me out of the film. But I've got
No.
Noble Benny sacrifice followed by Last Stand. So Benny sacrificed himself to kill
Hmm.
the captain,
Hmm.
or to
Hmm.
help kill the captain.
Okay. But anyway, yeah,
Um,
that aside, moving on. That, yeah, they were
mm,
both very good. Yeah. Yeah, everyone was great in this film. Yeah.
mm. Okay, all right. So let's see. So here we
Uh,
go. So
uh,
from the start. So the siblings, Barry and Brooke, the latter of whom is a hybrid human zombie capable of telepathically controlling the undead.
can we
Uh,
just stop for a moment and, if I may,
yeah,
Bianca
sure.
Brady shouts out, Brooks fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Bianca Brady, she's how do you say nicely? You know what I mean? She's small, petite.
Yeah,
I
she's
don't, yeah, but yeah, you know what I mean.
tiny bit tiny bit fierce.
Tiny but fierce, absolutely. The fierceness, the edge.
Yeah.
She's convincing for the foes
Mm.
that she takes on. Certainly when we get up to the final boss, you know what I
Oh
mean.
yeah.
It's still
Yeah.
believable. I very much
Hmm.
noticed in this film. You know what I mean? Yeah, she really
Yeah.
leans into it nicely. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
do wonder if the actress did some fight training or has
Mm.
some fight experience or stunt experience, because
Um,
she really does cover herself well physically.
Yeah, absolutely. She is because she doesn't act anymore. She comes in and out of acting to do Wyrmwood films.
Okay.
This like
Ah,
Jennifer Tilly with Chucky, Bianca Brady
yeah, yeah,
is like with Wormwood. Yeah, she comes in
yeah.
and out
Okay.
of acting to do Wormwood and Wormwood only because she loves it. Because she loves
Yeah.
it. Yeah, and she's t learning how to be a yoga instructor and
Ah,
Pilates and that sort of thing. All that sort of
well, see,
thing's her
there's your
focus
physicality.
now. There's your that's
There's your
what I'm saying. Yeah,
physicality.
there's your physicality.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Throw
Good.
in training on top of that, and
Yeah.
if you apply yourself, you can do enough to get away on camera with good editing.
Yeah.
And the editing
Yeah.
is superb in this movie. I
It really
noticed the
is.
editing has stepped its game up, certainly in this
Well,
one.
that's
Yeah.
that's Kia again. So Kia Roche-Turner did the editing along with a guy called
Oh,
Brad
really?
Hurt.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool, cool. Again, they had more to play with. They had more to edit.
hmm
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Sir, certainly at the start, please take it away.
All good. All good. All right. So obviously they're living in a viral apocalypse. We are introduced to Maxie and Grace, who, as we said, are related to the MVP of the previous film, Uncle Benny. Um, Now we see a new feature here where Brooke loses control of herself or the hunger, and she
Hmm.
bites
Hmm.
Grace. And it's not exposed, like as in expositioned. It's not expositioned that he gives her what I assumed at the start was some sort of serum, but turns out it's just A negative blood.
A
So
negative
A
blood.
negative
Yeah. Okay. Hmm.
calms her down.
Hmm. Hmm.
And any of the hybrid zombies, of which there are a few by the end of this film, are calmed down by drinking a little bit of A negative blood.
Hmm.
Because they're freaked out, Grace and Maxie abandon Barry and Brooke, and they go back on the road alone by themselves in their hatchback, their apocalypse hatchback.
It's great. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like it. Like it. It's like the Batmobile of the Outback apocalypse.
yeah, the Outback
Yeah.
Mobile.
Nice.
Okay, so now we're introduced to Corporal Reese, whose twin brother, the captain, previously
Yeah.
battled Brooke and Barry.
Hmm.
And he's some sort
Hmm.
of delivery man for the colonel and the surgeon general.
Yes, he is. Don't skim on the details of his little home he's created
Oh
for
yeah,
himself.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
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 so
because
I've got
that's
here. He's
yeah.
created this wonderful little compound that's got like corrugated iron walls. Like he's built a little round compound. He's got a caravan. He's got a number of
Hmm.
zombies that powering various things, whether it be through bicycle chain so that it creates like a dynamo effect, or through the breath, which is obviously flammable. He's got
Hmm.
this wonderful little compound. He's got a lovely little setup going, and he's got his routine. So he gets up in the morning and he does his exercise, and he
Hmm.
eats, and then he goes out
Hmm.
and refuels his equipment and checks that it's all
Hmm.
working fine. If there's something not working, he gets another zombie and
Yep, yep,
replaces it.
yep. Powers up the zombie fuel barbecue. Yeah. Does his
Yeah,
ex
yeah,
part of his exercise routine is boxing with the zombie with the
yep,
bird cage over its head. Yeah,
yep.
which is just little moments of just genius there. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yes, the birdcage zombie.
Purely Australian as well. You could
Yeah,
only
so
get that in Australia. Here
the
as
the
well.
guy who
Yeah.
plays the birdcage zombie is a guy called Adam Smith. I'm just going to call him
Hmm.
out because that was actually a really nice
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah. Shout out. Absolutely. That was
Um,
great. Yeah.
but yeah, no, he's got this wonderful little home set up. He's got a garden. He does a little bit of gardening before he goes out on
Mm.
his
Yeah, that's right.
delivery
Yeah,
run in
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
morning.
yeah. Yeah. Yes, yes. And the delivery run is important, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Where'd we go? Gone too far. There we go. So he goes out and he believes he's catching humans or survivors to be used in
Hmm.
research for a cure to the zombie virus. Which
Yes.
is very quickly the film very quickly dissuades us of that notion. Like we see our mate in the background there, the Surgeon General, um,
Oh,
not being
absolutely
not being
is
particularly
persuaded.
scientific.
it goes, I'll see, we getting any closer to a cure, and then our friend there. Oh yeah, yeah, of course we are. Yeah.
Of course we are. Yeah, we're really not.
I said, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Yeah. Not believable from the start. Yeah. Intentionally so. Intentionally so. Yeah. Again, very
Yeah.
funny. This movie has not lost its sense of humor at all.
No, it's amazing. It's so
Yeah.
good. He's got his van is called the War Pig,
Hmm. Hmm.
which is nice. The front of it's got some armor and armed bits on it that make it look like
Hmm.
the tusks of a razorback boar.
Do we have
And
the war
obviously
pig? You
we've
keep
got some.
vamping, keep vamping.
That's okay. We've obviously got some upgrades to the technology. So there's some like drawers in the back that the zombies fit in. So that's basically the fuel tank, and
Hmm.
that's really nice. It's almost what would you call it? Oh, it's like it's not institutionalized. What am I thinking of? Industrialized. So there's obviously an industry because the drawers that he's got them in seem to be standard in the army base as well. So yeah, so there's been a bit of time, and people are starting to adapt to the apocalypse, and to build stuff around the
Mm,
resource that is the zombies and
mm,
their fiery breath.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, the good guys
We
and the good guys and the bad guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so some time.
The the
How long do you think has moved on? What would you speculate? I'd say 5, 10 years.
Yeah, I was going to say somewhere 5 or 6,
Yeah, yeah.
5 or 6 years.
Okay.
Because I mean
Yeah.
the compound that we see him go to where he's trading the survivors for the cure is pretty well it's pretty well dug in. It's far underground. They've got power. They've got surveillance systems. Like it's not like a shed in the middle of nowhere. It's actually like a proper compound. It's entirely possible that it was pre-existing, but we don't find
Hmm.
that out.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So we find out that the Colonel and the Surgeon General are actually part of a military conspiracy that turns humans undead so they can be ground up and turned into pills that quell the viral infection. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. That's the reveal, like the Solvent Green style. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Reveal. Yeah.
Soylent pills is people.
It's
Um,
people.
it's people.
The
How
pills
how
are
to prepare
people.
how to prepare mankind.
Yeah.
So yeah, throughout,
I can't
we
fight a
see
dissertation.
Reese and a couple of other characters taking these pills, and he refers to it as an antiviral. And
Yeah.
it's a little yellow pill. They're in the proper little pill cases.
Hmm.
Like it looks official, so to speak.
Hmm.
Um,
Um, I liked the sounds that Brooke was making when she was about being threatening, certainly at the
in her
start, was
rage.
emphasizing, yeah, the zombie kind of croaks.
Yeah.
It was done really, really well. Um, and yeah, yeah. The pills was a cool reveal as well. The pills was a cool
Mm.
reveal, and the gasoline smoke when they started to turn the sounds of that in the sound design and all
Yeah.
that sort of thing was done. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
really cool,
So
really
nice.
cool.
Like
Yeah,
every moment in this film has been well thought out.
absolutely, absolutely. And how did what you've got a better eye than me, just to put, just to be extra critical for a moment, only because we love these films. Baron, you've got
Yeah.
a better eye than me for this. What about continuity and that sort of thing, and effects, props? Were there any issues like there was in the first one because of obvious constraints?
No, I don't think so. I didn't really catch anything. And
Okay,
when I had a
okay,
look
yeah,
on Wikipedia and IMDb, no one spotted any goofs,
that's good. That's very good.
which is nice. Like, there was a couple in the first one, which is like, oh, in one scene it's this kind of ute, in another scene it's a slightly different kind of ute, and in another
Yeah,
scene, oh, you obviously
over
here,
3 years,
yeah,
and during weekends, away
yeah,
from the office. it's understandable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
understandable.
So I don't think I didn't spot anything. The effects are not 100% top notch, Sony, Disney, Marvel level, but they're really good
No,
for the amount of money they spent on this film.
absolutely. And again, the camera work is fantastic in
Yeah,
tandem with the lighting as well.
yeah,
And that lighting is very contemporary. It's very
yeah,
2022, 2023 horror. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like something like Neon A24 would have inside the lab. Like the lab is, yeah, a
yeah.
whole, yeah, it's got a whole much more detail thrown into it. What did you think? Did you
Yeah.
prefer the first lab or the second lab? Because the first lab, you do have a very cool, steampunk's not the word, but you've got a very kind of like old school clunky, sci-fi punkness to it. Yeah.
In my head, I was referring to that once I'd seen both films. I was referring to the first one as um, kind of 486 Doom level graphics for the lab. So it looked like
Okay. Okay.
a late 90s first person shooter game where it's a sci-fi thing.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah, I'm with
the
you.
the
I'm with
second
you. Yeah.
second
Yeah.
lab in the second movie was obviously it's a much there's more detail. It's less stark. It's more granular. There's more detail.
Saturated, way more saturated.
Yep. Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
They spent a lot more money on the color correction and the
Hmm.
lighting in this than they did in the first one.
Hmm. Definitely.
But I love that first
um,
lab. That first lab was comedy gold.
yeah, yeah, it was great. It was great. So they both are very cool in their own way. But the budget does not take away from uh, you know, the indie spirit of this whatsoever, the aggressiveness,
No,
the griminess, the sense of humor,
no.
the toughness, nothing like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly. This is a real proper Australian apocalypse film, and it's great. Like the first one
Mhm.
felt like we're filming this on weekends, but we're going to do our best. And this one felt like we
Yeah.
learnt all of these things from doing the first one. Let's apply them.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And they, you could see that they had time, they had just space, breadth to apply.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
it was great to see. It made me happy. It made me happy to watch it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I would certainly watch it again, and I would certainly suggest people watch it. So yeah. All right, so we are back at the military camp. The colonel, he's got my haircut. There's a lot of bald people in this, which is great. It's good to see my people represented in the apocalypse. Um, so the colonel assigns Reese with capturing Brooke. He gives him a photo of Brooke and Barry.
Mhm.
And I think it's got Maxie and Grace as well in it. Um, So the colonel adds that Reese will have an opportunity to kill Barry, who is the one responsible for killing Reese's brother. And the reference photo that Reese gets includes, as I said, yeah, Grace and Maxie. So that's in the notes there. So Reese heads out, and his path almost immediately intersects with Grace and Maxie, and he incapacitates their vehicle. So this is the apocalypse hatchback.
Mhm. Mhm.
Which is good. So
As
it's
he
very much in the vein of the other vehicles in the film.
did he incapacitate the vehicle with what the colonel was holding in this picture here? See
Ooh.
those launches?
Yeah, no, the wax stick, which is a
Yeah.
compressed gas cannon.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
for those keen to know about the props in the film, it basically just worked on a small canister of CO2, and they put some powder or something in the barrel. So when he set it off, it looked like it fired something, but it didn't actually fire any projectiles. One of the safest props for a gun in a film, other than the one in the first film that was actually just a stick with a pipe on it. So yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Yeah, I
they're
like
really
these
doing
things.
their work with the
Yeah,
guns.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely,
So
yeah.
yeah, I'm guessing that other than the army, bullets and gunpowder are very hard to come by. So you see him with more sort
Hmm.
of gas-powered
Hmm.
weapons
Nice.
than like bullet
Yeah,
weapons, which is great.
yeah, that's a
Um,
nice workaround for the restrictions that we have there. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
but inside there, others, children outside Australia. Yeah, they don't like us, yes, having such things or playing with such things. Yes, we have like
No,
for even
no.
even get in trouble with such events. If you're doing a zombie walk, yeah,
Hmm.
and
Very
what
careful.
are the yes, and what are they called, Aaron? You'd know from Resident Evil, Umbrella
Umbrella
Corp.
Corp.
Umbrella Corp, that's it, yes. And they'll be using
Yeah.
Nerf guns just, to control the
Hmm.
zombies, all part of the theatrical scene. No, 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 no.
Yep.
Not allowed, not anymore. Yeah.
No. You got to be real
Yeah.
careful. The actual law is referred to as going armed so as to cause fear. So yeah, just even an unloaded gun can still get you arrested. Or as Mr. Popcorn says, you could possibly get asked what the hell is that by police if you're just carrying a Nerf gun. I have a I don't know whether I should tell a story or not. Actually, no, we're at the right point. I could probably tell a story. This is a personal anecdote. My
Please.
the Pirate Queen loves to tell this story. But back in the day when I was working as a security guard, and I'd first come up to Brisbane, I was working part-time for secure parking in one of their sites in Brisbane City. And as part of our social club that I was part of for the sci-fi community, we were doing a thing called Killer, which is basically you sign up for it, you get given someone's name, and you
Mhm.
have to go and kill them with like a you have to come up with an interesting way of doing it. So like you could pretend to poison them, or you could pretend to shoot them or blow them up, whatever. Like send them a package, and when they open it, it says this was a bomb. You have now been killed. Pass on your name to this person who has killed you. And at the end, one person wins.
Pretend being the operative
Pretend.
term there.
Yes.
Internet
Pretend.
world, etc.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So things like, okay, so we had people poison someone by putting petroleum jelly on the door handle of their car and said that it was
Uh-huh.
touch poison. So if they touched it, they were poisoned,
Nice.
therefore
Yeah,
they
yeah,
died.
cool.
So it was fun. So
Hmm.
I had a water
Hmm.
pistol that looks remarkably like an AR-15.
Okay.
Uh, I bought it at a Lifeline, and it was already painted black when I got it. So it looks very
Size
much like
wise to scale.
yeah, to scale.
Mm, okay. That's
I had it
hilarious.
in
I
the
wish
back
I
of
would
my
have
car.
seen you walking up to the counter
So yeah, so I
with
was
some
always really careful with
pots,
that.
a couple of
Yeah,
shirts,
yeah.
and an
I still have
AK.
it. I still have it.
That's
Um,
fantastic.
but I had it in the back of my
Lifeline.
car,
What's
and someone
Lifeline is a well, it's an
oh,
op shop. It's like a thrift store run by
thrift
Christians
store,
here. Yeah,
thrift
yeah,
store. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So it was in
yeah,
the toy
yeah.
section. It was in the toy section.
Toy
So I had it in
section
my
of the
car.
Christian shop. Hilarious.
Yes.
Sorry,
And
carry
someone had obviously spotted it, and they
on.
called the
Uh-huh.
police.
Uh-huh.
So I get back from doing my rounds in the building that I was in just to make sure, all the doors were locked and no one was where they shouldn't be and that sort of thing. And there's a policeman at the door. So I it knocks and he points. So I roll up the roller door. He comes in. He says, "Is this your car?" And I said, "Yep." He said, "What's this in the back?" And I said, "Oh, it's a water pistol." So I open the door. Now, I'm not a stupid man,
No,
but
no, you're not.
my brain went, there's something
Mm.
happening here that's out of the ordinary. So I reached in and I grabbed this gun by the barrel, kept my fingers
Okay.
well away from the trigger, and I held it up in front of me and I pulled out the clip. So whoever had painted it hadn't painted the end of the clip, and it was very obviously plastic and orange when you pulled it out.
Sure. Okay.
And there was a little
Uh,
little plastic tube that led to feed the water out, and water started dripping out of it. And the guy went, "Oh, it's a
okay.
water pistol. All right." So I put the clip back in and I went to put it back in the car. And as I looked down, there were little red dots. And out in the park,
Yo.
there was a TRG group, or tactical response group.
Yeah, okay. That's whew,
Yeah.
whew. How did you feel in that moment when you saw the red dots? Yeah.
It's time slowed down
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I went ice cold.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, heavy,
So
heavy,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
heavy.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
So yes,
Yeah.
that. But I never got a record for it or anything because the guy said, "Look, it's in your personal vehicle. It's inside private property.
Mm-hmm.
If you were walking
Mm-hmm.
around with it outside, you would get shot.
Mm-hmm.
But don't don't ever take it out into public
Mm-hmm.
because if there's police there, you will end up dead." And I went, "Okay, that's very cool. Do you want me to destroy it off on yeah, do you want me to just break it so that it can't be thing?" He said, "No,
Mm-hmm.
no,
Sure.
you don't have to destroy it. Just don't take it out in public."
Mm-hmm. And yeah, America, there you go. Everything is upside down in Australia, even
Yeah, yeah.
guns and gun
Even
laws.
guns. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So yes, that was fun. So yes,
Yeah,
so
cool. Good
Gracie and
story. Good story.
Maxie unconscious, incapacitated. So Reese captures Grace and leaves Maxie behind because he doesn't know she's in the boot of the car. For those Americans, the trunk. So Maxie is,
Hmm.
is left behind in the car, and he delivers Grace to
Hmm.
the Surgeon General.
They've escaped the lab, haven't they? Our friend's lab at
No,
this
I don't think we're up
point.
to that point yet. No, we're not up
No.
to that point
Okay.
yet.
Okay. My apologies. My apologies.
No, it's
Where,
okay.
where,
So
where are they driving away from? Sorry, just to place where we are. I have
they
lost track a
they
little
were
bit, to be
driving.
honest.
That's okay. They were driving away from Brooke and Barry,
Hmm. Hmm.
where they meet. They cross paths with Reese. So Reese
Hmm.
has just been to visit the lab,
Hmm.
and he crosses paths with Grace and Maxie, who he grabs because it's like, oh, well, actually, one thing we should mention is
Yeah.
the lab people are like they take his fuel off him, and like it's like, no, I'll need that to deliver these
Yes.
barrels you want me to deliver.
Yes.
Which is yeah. So he's got to go and find another zombie to power his car, the war pig.
Just a beautiful
Uh,
cycle, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Reese learns that Brooke's bite transformed Grace into a telepathic hybrid too. So he works out that the zombie hybrid powers aren't
Mm.
just with Brooke; they're with anyone that Brooke bites as well.
Hmm.
And so Grace gets taken down into the lab, and
Hmm.
she witnesses while the Surgeon General is alone with in the lab, him momentarily losing control of his parts of his body. So she's pretty sure
Hmm.
he's like at least part zombie.
Hmm.
So yeah, the evil got into his hand. It got into his hand and sent it evil, which is
Hmm.
the lovely sort of thing there from Evil Dead.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah.
Okay.
I do like that horror pays homage to itself in a loving way, and to
Yeah,
others within. Yeah.
yeah. Now so Reese is in a rush now to get back to his compound because obviously, as we know from the first film, the vehicles don't work at night because the zombies don't breathe out the gas at night.
Hmm.
They got some sort of diurnal
Hmm.
thing happening there. So there's a lovely little action scene where he gets back to his compound and he has to um, fake out some zombies to get through the gate to get in and close it before more zombies come back in. And he's been given pills and medical equipment. And the machine is very similar to the machine we see in the lab that is helping the Surgeon General stay human, so to speak.
Yeah. 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 The action sequences. What did you think in this movie in comparison to the
They're
first as
better.
well? Yeah, they are better, aren't they?
They're like the first
Yeah.
was good, but there's been I
Mm,
think there's been a bit more thought put into them in the second film.
absolutely. And again, the editing as well,
Yeah,
definitely. And also with its Reese, yeah.
yeah,
Uh it made sense as well, with his just little exposition of he was in the military. Well, he's kind of still in the military, but not really.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, in terms of how he could fight, yeah, how good he was
yeah,
at all things physical and practical, basically, because it
yeah,
had their training, yeah.
yeah,
And so that worked really well. And yeah, so that and that actor was good because Reese wasn't lovable, but he was likable enough to bring
yeah,
into to be part of the crew without too much worry,
yeah.
as opposed
He
to his
goes from
cousin, cousin, who
brother,
was it?
twin brother,
Brother, yeah,
twin
yeah,
brother, the captain.
yeah, who was just a sadist,
Yeah,
a Nazi sadist, from the
yeah.
get.
So yeah,
You could tell, yeah.
he goes from being an antagonist to a protagonist, really
Has a
nicely
nice
and
twist.
without,
There's a nice little
yeah,
arc with him. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, without it's not bumpy at all, which is good.
yeah.
And it's slow enough that it's believable.
hmm It
Yeah,
is. It is. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the reveal to the turn of character when he, sees what they're really up to in the lab. I know we're not up to there
yeah.
yet, so I won't. Yeah, but yeah.
But unbeknownst to Reese at this point, Maxie has stowed away on his car, on the War Pig, and he has brought her back into his compound.
hmm
I think this, I think this synopsis from
I think that's where is this where they have the
Wikipedia is a
little
bit.
the switch around. Is it with Grace? And he's in the recent Grace, and Grace has
Yeah,
the up to the neck,
yeah. So yeah, so gate broken.
and then he overcomes her, and and so she's the one captive, yeah, with the rope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So medical equipment and drugs, mindfulness. Oh, he's listening to a mindfulness tape on headphones.
yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, that is hilarious.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because children, he lives in, imagine, a caravan in hell, basically. Yeah,
yeah,
because this, I mean, like
yeah,
it's cool the way it's laid out in terms of film
yeah,
set. It's fucking dope.
yeah,
But living there, no, 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 it's a
yeah,
nightmare because there's no sunlight or anything coming. Maybe a little crack through a greasy stained window.
yeah,
And he has to psychologically prep up after being heavily armed and gas mask sort of thing, and he has to before he goes pops up upstairs because he goes straight up the ladder up
yeah,
to the top, and there's
yeah,
zombies everywhere. And he has to start shooting immediately. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
relaxing. It's not a relaxing
Would
time.
not be a
Hence,
fun.
hence the need for this cheesy 80s relaxation cassette on a Sony Walkman. It's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's beautiful.
His house gets 1 star on Airbnb very regularly.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
so
so the
I've put here
working out
notes.
constantly makes sense because he's got to keep
Yeah.
sane as well, because it's prison,
Oh
it's a
yeah,
prison-like life, Yeah,
more or
basically.
less. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I've put some notes here. Soundscapes are really good, visually really appealing.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
They are
so
really good. Yeah.
he wakes up to Maxie there with him.
Um, not
He
to not to nerd out on the sound, but I noticed they were
mm,
using the similar sound and just pitch bending it slightly differently with Brooks' zombie croak growl, and
mhm.
then the war pig truck, the motor. If you listen
Yeah, it's very
closely,
similar.
it's this very
Yeah,
similar. I reckon they're playing with the same,
yeah.
sound there. Yeah, yeah, which
Wouldn't
I thought was
surprise me.
cool. Which I thought was cool. It's
Yeah.
just a link, and the zombies breathe gasoline. It's a very
Mhm.
like Mad Max. It's a very
Yeah.
gasoline vehicle driven.
Mm.
Yeah, it has that
Necro
Ozploitation
Diesel.
heritage to it. Yeah, Necro Diesel. Yeah, that's cool.
I like that.
That's a subgenre title, I reckon. The Necro Diesel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, so then there's a lovely little scene where he sews up a wound for her.
Whilst, yeah,
Uh,
this is where
with
she
a
has the zombie
spear
harpoon
gun.
from the spear gun, which was introduced in the first movie.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
handheld version though.
Yes. Yes. And that's right up against the neck. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he asks her to take the trigger off whilst he's stitching up this gaping wound, so it's going to be,
Yeah.
and no anesthetic.
Yeah.
And she says,
Nice,
just shut
nice
the
makeup
fuck up and
effect as well.
stitch. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
really nice
Yeah. Yeah.
makeup
Yeah. Yeah.
effect.
Icky, gross. Yeah. Yeah, very
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Uh, so he discovers that the barrels that he's taking to the other army base with the other doctor contain zombies that he
Yeah,
thinks they're being used for fuel.
they get Snowtown on it, children. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
The barrels, yes. That very
Yeah.
cool, very Mad Max like biker guy from the start, yeah,
Mm.
whom he abducts. Yeah,
Yep.
he's the one in the barrel
With
at
the
the
t head
start.
tattoo.
And Reese has the biggest guilt attack of his life there, Baron, doesn't he?
Mm. Yep, he
Yeah,
does.
because Reese isn't
I
a
th
bad guy. He's just a
no.
survivalist to the
Yeah.
extreme at this
Yeah, yeah.
stage. Yeah.
But this is
Yeah.
where he begins to turn. This is where he begins his change begins.
Hmm. Yes. Yes. Empathy
Um
starts to seep in.
so he and Reese are traveling now. She's got the gun taped to his neck. She's got a collar
Yes.
of tape around his
Yes.
neck with the
Yeah.
thing, so he
Okay.
can't move
Yeah.
away from
Yeah.
it.
All right. We're up to speed now. We're up to
Um,
speed. Yeah.
yeah. So what Maxie wants to do is get Reese to take her to her sister, which is back to where the Surgeon General is, and she spots the reference photo, the photo of Brooke and Barry,
Hmm.
and obviously Maxie and her sister are in it, but it's a really grainy photo. It would have been difficult to work out that it was her.
Yes. And Reese calls them
Um,
terrorists because he believes Reese to
terrorists.
be, yeah, to be the one that killed his brother. Is that
Barry, yeah,
correct?
Barry's the one that killed his
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Barry. Yeah. Yeah.
Then Maxie says that, but that photo belongs to the terrorists.
Hmm.
Which is obviously the army, which
Hmm.
distracts her slightly, and Reese hits her with the James Bond ejector seat.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's what this is the fucking Batmobile of the Australian.
Yeah.
If I got this, yeah, yeah. If I could do fucking shit like that, yeah, totally.
Yeah, yeah.
But again, it all
So
works because they've established why the fuck not. Anything can
yeah,
really
why not?
go. Anything can really go. Just
Well,
keep to the aesthetic. Anything can go. Yeah.
so it's like in Mad Max. I think it was Beyond Thunderdome where Bruce
Uh-huh.
Spence is has got a gun to Max's head and he wants him to start his vehicle and Max reaches under and like he goes down real close and goes, a smart man would have a weapon hidden next to that switch. If anything else comes out of there other than your hand, I'm going to blow your head off, or something to that effect. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah. So it's the same sort of feeling where it's like, oh, you've got tricksy little stuff hidden around your car,
Hmm.
which
Hmm.
you would do.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Brees ejects Maxie, and then he takes her prisoner and delivers her to the colonel. Sorry, he's going to deliver her to the colonel,
Hmm.
and he gets
Hmm.
suspicious about the operation's like true motives. Um, he asks the colonel, "Are you going to kill Maxie?"
Hmm.
And the colonel says, "I'll just drive away." So Reese attacks the colonel and his men. He rescues Maxie and then drives away with a van in pursuit.
Because this is where the barrel thing is revealed, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
In
yeah,
terms of being spoken in the plot. Yeah, yeah. By one guy treating her rough, and then yeah, that we see Reese's softer side basically
yeah,
start to come through. Yeah,
yeah. He's starting to turn.
yeah.
And he's realizing that the colonel and the surgeon general don't necessarily have everyone's best interests at heart. There's a scene
Well,
earlier in the
yeah,
in
but also duh,
yeah,
because
yeah,
the
yeah, duh.
colonel and his SS guards basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, the SS fucking
But
stormtroopers.
we see a scene slightly earlier in the film where the colonel and the surgeon general like kill one of the colonel's men because he spotted that there's not everything's right with the surgeon general. Like he doesn't appear to be as healthy as he purports to be.
Hmm. 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 But yeah, what is the terminology? What is the term they use for him? The daywalker like thing, the borrower, not a borrower, but he's a half something, where he's
The
maintaining
hybrid.
him, not a hybrid, but what with the surgeon when he's injecting himself.
Oh, he's a bite hider.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's
The
from later in
bite.
the film.
Okay, sorry, not to jump ahead, not to jump ahead. My bad.
Yeah, but no, yeah. So the soldier sees the Surgeon General's got pretty much zombie scars, and is gone,
Mm.
hey, that's not right, and then the Colonel kills him,
Mhm.
and says, don't make me do that again. It's like, oh well, don't bring your mates down here,
Yeah, okay, at that
basically.
point.
So
Yeah,
they've got
yeah,
this
yeah,
really
that's it. That's
weird
it.
relationship.
Yeah, well, he's the only one who can make the stuff, yeah. Because he uses that as a,
Yeah,
a playing
yeah,
card
yeah.
at one
So,
point, yeah. A trump card.
mm, yeah. Do you want this? Well, you don't bring your mates
Yeah,
down here.
yeah,
The
yeah,
glowing green
precisely,
liquid, which is
precisely. Yeah,
different
yeah,
to the pills.
precisely. Yeah. Which every mad scientist in these type of films for, the get
Yeah.
has used,
Oh,
has done. Yeah.
the the note that I the note that I put down here is anything that glows green can't be good.
Hmm. We learned that in reanimation, did we not, children?
Yes, yeah, yeah. Learn from the classics.
Yeah, we will do that
All
one
right, so
day.
we're in the
Both,
middle of a
both
car
of them.
chase.
Both of them.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Such good movies.
yeah.
So we're in the middle of a car chase. So Maxie uses the eject function in Reese's vehicle to escape before the Colonel's
Hmm.
men capture Reese.
Hmm.
And then we see this lovely torture scene where the Colonel ties up Reese in a tree near a river,
Ah,
and
great.
calls the
Yes.
zombies.
I'm going
Uh,
to give a moment to depict the tying up. Depict the tying up if you can. I'll see if I can find it.
yeah, so he's almost crucified in a tree. He's had most of
It's
his gear stripped off and
religious
he's down to
like.
singlet
It's
and
religious
shorts.
like. Yeah, yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's
But his
hanging.
feet are not
It's got a rope
tied to the
to
tree,
each arm to one
hanging in the tree.
individual tree between two
Yep.
trees close together.
Yep.
What type of trees are they?
I
They're
think it's
thin
one tree
type.
that's in a fork. It's a tree that's
Yeah,
in a
yeah, yeah.
fork.
Okay, bifurcated.
So
Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, he's
Um,
got one arm on
mm,
each trunk, and he's being
that's
held
yeah.
up.
Yeah, nice done, nicely done, nicely done. And the zombies are like, let's say, 3 minutes away in the background as
Yeah.
the colonel and two of his goons are giving an evil speech, giving the final evil
Yes,
monologue
they're
before the good guy's death.
monologuing like
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
yeah, yeah. Excuse me one moment,
So
just
there's
getting some water.
you're
Give me one
right.
second.
Do that. I will help me. Help me. He's got me trapped in a podcast. He's got me trapped. I can't get out. Send help. I know I did this joke in the
Silence!
last podcast.
We spoke about silence.
As we spoke about
You'll be
this last
fed soon.
podcast.
You'll be fed soon. Shh.
Yay! More green goo and pills that are made of ground up people.
Yes.
I wonder if there's room to do a Wormwood fan film.
I mean, we are in the area.
Yeah.
Could definitely recreate the look, I think, quite easily. Um,
Yeah.
we need to get either Kia or Tristan. Both would be amazing. Yes, come on the pod. I'm just throwing it out
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
because you never
Yeah.
know. You never know. And I definitely would want to promote this movie came out 21, 22. Let's get the ball rolling on a third one. Yeah, let's keep this world
Yeah.
growing, developing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And also Furiosa has saved itself with VOD. I'm not sure if I mentioned that last time, but I will mention
Hmm.
it again, which is
Yep.
also fantastic as well. Because this is
No, it's going great guns. It's amazing.
yeah, absolutely. Wolf Creek's cool, of course, but we also rock on this kind of post-apocalyptic thing as well. Yeah, for whatever reasoning you want to
Yeah,
get into,
100%.
that's for the theorists, but it works well. We've got the environment for it. Yeah.
Mm. And yeah, just if you're watching Dr. George, we'd be happy to have you on as well. Dr.
Oh,
George
good God,
Miller.
yes. Good
Uh,
God, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
so yeah. Alrighty. So yeah, so basically the zombies are coming towards him. He's tied to a tree. Obviously, things are going to be dreadful. So he does this weird seated planking thing.
The exercise from
And gets
before
it.
makes sense now
Yep.
as well, yeah. And
Yeah,
he does a seated plank here, just lifts his legs and the zombies can't reach up above. But yeah, it's only a matter of time. One cannot do that forever.
Yeah. Oh,
no matter
100%.
how yoked or military you are.
Or
Yeah.
ripped or cut you are. Yeah.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, it's painful to watch because I know I couldn't do it for nearly as long as he did. I'd have been well dead.
This movie was really good at throwing stakes at its various people in action in
Mm,
in dire straits, etc. And it kept upping those stakes. It kept throwing stones at the main characters, yeah, in really cool ways to how they're going to get out of here. Of course, they constantly do, but I was never or could see that coming. Yeah.
yeah,
They kept doing those kind of save moments, these save moments in really cool ways. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I was really impressed with. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Well, this is where we get to another one of those, where he's just you can see every muscle in his body is quivering. He's about to drop his legs, and they drop, and suddenly the zombies aren't moving.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then the camera shows us Barry and Brooke, who have just
Yeah,
arrived,
and just in
and
time,
she
I'm
gives.
talking. A zombie has his foot and is about to chomp down with his teeth, his mouth open, onto his
Yeah,
toes. Yeah, game over.
yeah,
Yeah, it was one bite away from
100%.
game over. Yeah.
Yeah, he was not in a good way.
And his feet did drop down, arms out, Jesus Christ, sacrifice
Hmm.
moment. Yeah, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
But and no, Brooke does save the day.
yeah,
But this is our first Brooke moment, yes?
yes.
Yes. First, yes, that
Other
we see
than
Brooke.
other than the very start where we see her go off the reservation a little bit, like go into the angry zombie
Yeah,
land.
yeah, the little expositional, yes, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah, cool, cool. And she,
Okay.
yeah, and she has Grayson. Help me in the background.
Uh,
I believe in this moment.
so it's
I've got
Barry and Grace.
it's Barry and Grace. My
Barry and Brooke.
apologies.
Barry and Brooke,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
sorry.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Did I
yeah.
say Grace?
No, no, no,
Might have
my
said
bad, my
Grace.
bad. All good, all good.
Yeah, Barry and Brooke. Okay. So at this point, Reese's vehicle, the War Pig, is under the control of Maxie. So she's escaped.
Hmm.
Um, so Barry and Brooke uh, force Reese to help storm the Colonel's compound with a zombie horde controlled by Brooke.
Hmm.
So I've got here same actor, twin thing, yay. Strong beard game. Um, and I've referred to this as the Zombies 11 heist scene. So we've obviously got a plan to break into the compound, and it's sort of cutting backwards and forwards. And there's 11 zombies. I don't know how many zombies there were, but I'm just saying there's 11.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
and I've got a note here on my phone when I was doing watching the film. Sam Peckinpah would approve.
Hmm.
So it's very much a bloody fight scene, and there's a lovely little thing they do here where they send some
Yeah.
zombies in with grenades on them. I loved that. Back
Hmm.
when I used to
Hmm.
play D&D in northern New South Wales, we had a Spelljammer campaign, and what we used to do from the deck of our ship is we would fire orcs across, and the orcs had we were terrible people. They had numbers painted on them, and they'd each been forced to swallow a delayed blast fireball gem. And there'd be someone with binoculars, and they'd go, "Blow number 5," and you would look down the list and go, the spell word for the delayed blast fireball on number 5 is purple. So you would say purple, and that orc would blow up, causing damage to the other ship. We were terrible people. So yes.
It depends on your alignment.
Uh,
Were you evil or
True.
what? Yeah.
Chaotic neutral.
Okay, that's fine. That works as well. You're just in it for
Yeah,
the chaos. You're in it for the
we were
lols,
pirates.
basically. Yeah,
We were
pirates. Yeah.
pirates.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's sadistic. There's no denying that. You are using these as human bombs,
Yeah.
as flesh bombs,
Yeah.
however you want to put it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway,
So
yes,
delayed
it's all fun and
delayed
games. Yeah.
blast Zombies, yep. Then we've got the classic crawl through a vent time at this point with Maxi. Maxi's crawling through vents inside the compound.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this is the bit where we actually find out that the virus is actually made from pulverized human remains that he helped capture.
Yes, and you
Reese
see all the
explains,
pills. You see all the pills like it's the little chickens from Baraka coming down the
yeah,
chute. All these
yeah,
the
exactly,
pills are human
exactly.
people. The pills are people.
Yeah. So this is where we see his
Moment, yeah,
complete turn. So Reese's complete turn. He
yeah.
explains he
Enough
didn't
is
know the
enough. He's
truth
had
behind what he
enough.
was
Yeah,
doing. Yeah.
yeah.
And so he angrily executes the doctor. So this is the doctor at the auxiliary compound, not the main compound where the Surgeon General is. So
Yes,
there's a
yes. The gaunt chap with the facial hair. Yeah,
yeah, very
yeah,
similar
yeah,
sort of facial structure to the Surgeon General, and of course to the Doctor in the
yeah.
first film.
Yes, yes. It's suggesting they're all the same family or kind of clone pool.
Yeah, possibly, possibly.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Reese, Barry, Brooke, and Maxie agree to storm the Colonel's underground bunker to kill everyone involved in the project.
Oh, the hell yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, no, and
so,
he does smack Barry and before giving a speech to convince him. So it was a good speech because
oh yeah,
you don't smack Barry lightly, not with a gun. You know
no,
what I mean?
no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no, no. He doesn't take well to that. He doesn't like it.
No, not Obesa, not Obesa.
No, no. Alrighty. So they go to the bunker. The Colonel wounds Barry with a shotgun blast to the stomach, off to the side where it doesn't really hurt because you can keep fighting after that.
It just
And he
hurts like
takes
fuck.
down.
It just hurts like
Yeah,
fuck, like in Reservoir Dogs. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
can
an
last a long time,
inconvenience.
but yeah, you ain't doing shit. Unless you're
So he
better.
also takes. Yeah, he also takes down Reese. So go the Colonel's doing really well here. So we've got our two boss
Hmm.
battles happening. So we've got
Hmm.
the Colonel with Barry and Reese,
Hmm. Hmm.
and we've got Brooke and her
Yeah.
zombies against the Surgeon General.
Explain the zombie in a bit more detail because this was quite something. Because this was via
Um,
remote, the virtual reality remote control. No, yeah, it was like yeah,
yes,
remote control. Yeah.
yes. Um, Max. Oh, before we get to that though, Maxie recovers
Okay.
from her
Okay. Sorry.
incapacitation in time to
Sorry.
blow off the Colonel's head before he can kill the two men. So Maxie kills the Colonel,
Hmm.
which is good. In the meantime, as Mr. Popcorn was saying, so Grace is virtually controlling the zombies from a distance. Meanwhile, the Surgeon General has
Hmm.
a cyberpunk headset on, which you can kind of see in the background there behind Mr. Popcorn, where he is controlling a cyber zombie. And this is an enormous zombie. It's got a big giant metal clampy claw
Okay.
hand that looks like a jaws of life.
Is that
Yep,
there?
that's him
It's
there.
not the best picture of it, but just keep going, keep going. See if I can get a
He's
better
a big
one.
unit.
You see
He
that there?
looks very much like an action figure. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Like it's the Borg
That is a
from
figure there,
Star
actually, a
Trek.
figurine.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That's a figurine of him there. That might be a book as well.
Hang on, that's not a still? Oh,
Uh,
wow.
I'm not I'm not sure. I'm having a look. I'm clicking on the thing here. Projected figures. Ba, 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 ba. So I'm just
Oh,
trying to speed
there's
with
the Outback hatchback.
this.
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
well, maybe the action figures, but that gives you a really good look at the cyber zombie.
I'll have a look. I'll have a look later on. I don't want to create dead
Yeah,
air
it's all
with me
good.
trying to speed read it,
No,
but yeah, I'll have a look. But that's cool if it is. That is very cool if it is.
yeah, I would buy those figures.
Yeah, all right, I'll stop sharing that.
Okay, so he's got the cyber zombie by remote control. But Brooke finds out. Oh, no, no, not Brooke. Sorry. The creature nearly kills Brooke until Grace, who is still held captive, and
Mm.
a hybrid zombie uses her telepathic power to take over the Surgeon General's body, forcing him and the creature to beat themselves to the ground. The
Yes,
note
which
that
was
I've got here.
please. Again, it
I
was
was
a
going to say
very
the
cool
note.
save. A very cool
Oh
save.
yeah,
After you.
yeah,
After
yeah,
you.
and unexpected save. But I've got a note here that
Yes,
says,
okay. Yeah.
"Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself."
It's hilarious. It's so funny. So good. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Again,
yes,
that almost slapstick comedy at times. Yeah, it was just
yeah,
great. Yeah, yeah.
very Sam Raimi, very
Yeah,
much so.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then there's some electrocution and a headshot. Um, so
Hmm.
Brooke continues battling the creature with a pipe.
Yes,
However,
yeah.
the Surgeon General retrieves an electric prod that he uses to incapacitate Grace and retain control of his body. Um, so this is where the rest of the team catch up with Brooke. So Reese, Barry, and Maxie
Hmm.
regroup with Brooke. Brooke has gone full beast mode, so she's lost complete control of her feral hunger.
Yes, she
She
has.
bites.
Yes.
She bites Barry.
On the throat, rips out a
Yep.
good chunk of his throat. Yeah, so it's a
Yep.
proper wound. Yes, this is a
Yep.
turning. It's a
It will
turning
be, yeah,
wound.
for
Yeah,
sure.
you know
It's
it
not
for
a love. It's not a
straight
love bite.
away. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But thankfully, Maxie, there's a blood bag, a blood pack that Maxie's able to calm Brooke down with.
Hmm.
So the Surgeon
Hmm.
General's still alive at this point.
Hmm.
He escapes with Grace through the ejector elevator thingy, the zombie dumbwaiter, whatever
Hmm.
you want to call it.
Yeah, the Futurama
Uh,
shoot.
yep.
Yeah.
He escapes with Grace. He locks the bunker down and initiates a self-destruct.
Yes.
Uh, Barry's beginning to turn. He and Brooke decide to stay a la Hudson and Vasquez in Aliens. Uh, uh, and then they
Yeah.
zombie power the transport chute. So they couldn't get it working until a zombie got into the system and gave
Yes.
it some
Yeah.
power. So they escape in
Yeah.
the transport chute as the bunker explodes, killing everybody inside. So surely no one could survive that.
Surely.
Surely. Yes, the explosion that completely failed to kill me, completely killed all of my enemies. But I'm foreshadowing there. So, Vasquez and Hudson. Uh, so now we cut to the Surgeon General and Grace at the compound. Now, luckily, earlier in the film, Maxie got um, Reese to drive through his gate, smashing it open, which meant that the Surgeon General could get in at this point, where he finds the medical equipment and the pills that
Mm.
Reese had, and he decides to use Grace as his source of the green fluid, connecting her up
Mhm.
to the cannula, which is not a cannula, it's a tuning fork, but for the
Yeah.
purposes of the film, it's a cannula.
Is he holding it behind you there, Baron?
Uh, yes, in his hand
Yeah,
over.
yes, there you go. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
never
yeah.
know where to point.
On my screen left, so there'll be the viewer's screen left. Yes.
There,
Yeah, yeah,
in the
right
center
there.
here,
Yes,
and
perfect.
that's her there tied to a picnic table. He's not happy
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
because the team of Reese and Maxie arrive at this point where he has
Um,
started to.
he's also high on these pills. He has been
Oh yeah,
sniffing crushed
Yeah.
up human bones, this chap.
Yeah.
And what are the chemicals and
Yeah.
toxins are involved? Yes,
Yeah. He's
beforehand. But
high on cocaine.
and the way he does that with his teeth as well, he actually gets that. He
Yeah.
gets
He's got
that
a really good
mouth
jaw.
warping, the jaw, deforming that goes on and that shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And they were
Really
yellow
good
and
physical
gross.
actors.
Yeah, he's a
Really good
great
physical
physical
actor.
actor. Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
great physical actor. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Come work
and
for
so
Evil
they,
Corp.
yeah, oh, yeah, he'd be amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, okay, so he's going to use another device to pump Grace's fluids into his brain. Then he transforms into a powerful sentient zombie. Reese and he get into a fight. He nearly dies, but Grace recovers in time to tear him apart with her bare hands. And Grace then has to drink a blood pack
Yes.
that Reese has in his jacket to stop herself from attacking Reese. And then Reese
Yeah,
headshots the Surgeon
yeah,
General.
yeah. Grace was very much in control of this.
Yeah,
You know what I mean. She's done this before. She's well practiced at getting the blood, even in this state. You could tell. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, as opposed to Brooke. But Brooke's new to this. Yeah, just want to point that
yeah.
out. Yeah, because
Yep,
these are little
correct.
developing little things that these are little moments that will develop the story further in the future. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, so then Reese starts coughing because obviously he's going into withdrawal symptoms because of the virus. He chooses not to take the pills now that he knows what they're made of, and
Mm,
goes to kill himself.
it does.
Grace stops him. Maxie hands him a pill and encourages him to keep fighting so that he wants to get his soul back. And then roll credits. But elsewhere, we see Barry and Brooke emerge from the destroyed bunker, full zombie mode, burnt to a crisp, but still very functional.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just noticed a little theme with this because in the first movie, you have Barry holding the nail gun to his head.
Mhm. Yeah,
And with all your zombies and post-life not so greatness in both of these films, it's kind of like keeping your soul, keeping your humanity, what it is to be
yeah,
human, I think, and that sort of thing
for
as
as
well.
long as
Yeah,
possible.
for as long as
Yeah, for as long
possible.
as
Classic,
possible.
it's a classic apocalypse thing, but I just
Yeah,
noticed their little moments of that. Yeah.
yeah. So, question for you, Mr. Popcorn.
Please,
Would
Baron.
you, if you were in Reese's position, would
Reasons.
you
Okay,
turn
sure.
would you turn to Grace or Maxie or Barry or Brooke and say, bite me?
I was thinking that actually with Barry, because Barry's turn at the end, he's
Yeah.
emerged.
Or do you
Um,
stay a human so that you can manage the beast mode of those zombies with blood?
hmm. What stage of the post-apocalypse are we at? Are we talking like the apocalypse time frame, the second movie time frame, or are
Yeah,
we talking
second
even?
movie time frame.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Yep. Things are pretty fucked. Things are
Yeah.
pretty much. This is the way of the world now. There's not really looking like a turning back to what
No,
once
no.
was. Yeah. So yeah, I would be turned. I think you'd have a
Yeah.
better. As long as I had people like Brooke and Berry around me, watching over me, giving me
Yeah.
blood, though. Yes, just a little
Yeah. Well,
stipulation I would throw in there. Yeah, not being
yeah,
left to
but
my
that's
own devices. Yeah.
yeah, no, that's my thing with Reese. Is like, okay, so does Reese stay human so that he can make sure there's blood available to keep the rest of the team even, so to
Hmm.
speak?
That's Reese, though. It's not me. Are you
Yeah.
asking if I was Reese or
Yeah,
me as
if
me
you
in
were
the
Reese, if you
situation?
were
If I was
both,
Reese, well, me, I would turn because I think physically I would be better as yeah, one of these undead folk. I
yeah,
think I'd have
yeah,
a better chance of survival. Yeah,
yeah,
against undead and human, other undead and human. Um, and but if I was Reese, I think I would benefit being more. And he is of a high moral character, so to align myself with his character as well, because that's what he shows at the end. I would stay human. Yeah,
yeah. Okay, that's what I thought as well.
yeah, yeah.
I mirror you exactly. If it was
Okay.
me, it's like, oh, how am I going to survive longer? Oh, I've got to get bitten by this guy.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but you know, Reese's character definitely is that I'm going to stay alive so that
But
I
I
can help
want a crew.
this.
I want a crew. I want to be part
Yeah,
of a crew, though. Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
Not just
To
a
give me,
random
yeah,
shambler.
yeah. Use me in battles. Absolutely. I will be
Yeah,
your berserker.
yeah,
That's fine. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
See, look, that brings us
Werewolf.
nicely to the end. Didn't need a werewolf.
Nah, nah.
Love to
It
see
does
them
not.
fight a werewolf, but didn't need
Absolutely. Yeah.
one.
If they could bring in, undead gasoline werewolves, necro dead werewolves. Yeah,
Yeah.
necro
Oof.
gas, necro.
Necro Diesel,
Necro Diesel. There was also that as well. Yeah, Necro
Necro
Diesel.
Wolves, Necro
That's the one that
Wolves.
Turners. That's the one the brothers there used was Necro Diesel.
No, no, I
Yeah.
came up with that.
Oh, did you? It wasn't them?
Yeah, it wasn't in the film. No,
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No.
I
Necro.
coined
Yeah, that
that.
rocks. That rocks as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Um,
That is a great subgenre. Yes. Yeah, they have created. Yeah.
mm.
Yeah. I mean,
But
it's
yeah, children definitely
hmm?
watch this. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. How amazing is it there, Baron? What rating do you give it?
It gets a solid 4.5. So delicious on the way to evil.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It is, yeah, very delicious. It is 4.5, yeah, for me as well,
Mm.
going up to four, because I gave the other one, Road of the Dead, a four, and this is a
Yeah,
step up. Yeah.
yeah,
And it's close. It's close to evil,
yeah,
if we broke it down into fractions even more, 4.7, 4.8. Yeah,
yeah,
I really liked it. I was very
yeah.
impressed.
No,
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. Yeah, so
So
yeah,
what have
more
yeah,
please.
yeah, please, Roche-Turners, please do more. Sting,
Yeah,
amazing. We should probably review that as well.
yeah, I'm gonna hit you up on Instagram. Yeah,
Yeah, do it. So what's up
that'd be
next?
cool.
What can we sizzle for the children?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so thinking about time frames of release. We've got on the horror iceberg, we've got Hostel coming up.
Hmm.
So yes, Eli Roth, divisive character.
Yeah.
But yeah, torture porn was a thing post 9/11 in the early
Hmm.
2000s. And
Yeah.
when it
What gave
came
us
out,
Saw?
yeah, yeah, when it came out, it was like, Jesus Christ. Yep, so we'll be covering that. And next up, yeah, I was going to say we can edit it out, but did we want to actually? I'll do the next one because you've done these two, and I've got
Yep.
more of a good,
Sure.
better time frame to host coming up
Yep.
sooner rather than later. I'm liking this
Yep.
rhythm that we've got going. But should we actually look at the list now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And we'll vamp as we go. Um, Actually, you look at if you have access to the Facebook Messenger page, yes?
I do, yes. Let me bring
Yes,
that up.
you jump into the Messenger. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to build on from last episode what I have watched because I've been covering that on the iceberg matter, so I'll do that
Yeah.
on here. I think I got up to Fury Road, so yeah, I'll just go from June, what I watched in June.
Okay.
Okay. And so I'll just go through it fairly quickly. And anything you wanted me to build on, yeah, elaborate on, let me know.
Okay. We'll
And
do.
then we'll also look at the list. Okay, so I finally watched Pearl there, Baron. I have watched
Ah,
X. Finally watched Pearl, which is great because Maxine is dropping in Australia really soon. It's already in
the
America, of course.
the
Many
poster is
YouTubers are
up at New
covering
Farm
it.
Cinemas. So the Maxine
Do
poster is up out the front of New Farm Cinemas.
you want to go see it? Shall we do an evil
Yeah.
popcorn goes to the movies? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been a
why not?
while. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Bat, Scream Queen, of
Yep,
course,
please.
if you
They'll
can.
be back at some stage. Just life has
Yeah,
gotten in the way
yeah,
the last
yeah,
couple of
absolutely.
weeks.
Of course, of course, as always, and always welcome back. House of a Thousand Corpses. Yes, our episode would have dropped by this time
Mm.
for that. Yes, that
Yep.
was fun.
Such a good movie.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a mess, but it's fun as fuck. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. But what was a step up was The Devil's Rejects, the sequel to that,
Mm.
because I watched
Yep.
that as well. Yes, because I
Yep.
watched all the Firefly family trilogy, Three from Hell
Yep.
included.
Yep.
Devil's Rejects definitely my favorite out of it. I think that's the one that is
Now
directed
this is
best.
this is going to be controversial, but my
Mm.
opinion of the Munsters remake is different to Dorian's. I quite enjoyed it, and I
Okay,
thought
interesting. Yeah.
Sherry Moon Zombie did play quite a good Lily. I think it was very different to roles she's played in the past, which might be the disconnect. So she wasn't
Okay.
playing to the usual Sherry Moon Zombie type.
Oh, I have to watch it now. I have to watch it now to throw in my 2 cents. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Cool. Thank you for that. Because I watched everything else apart from
Mm.
that. Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean everything else, even his cartoon stuff, his animated
Ah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Unfriended, didn't I preferred Unfriended Dark Web? I think it's called better. But if you're a
Okay.
fan of such things, uh, check it out. That's web-based found footage.
Yep.
Necrotronic, of course.
Hmm.
What else do I want to throw out there? Furiosa, yes, when I saw that. I'm leaving out TV for now. I have been keeping up with the boys, though, Baron. You'd be a fan.
Oh,
I'm
ever
surmising.
since
I'm
ever
assuming.
since the
Yeah,
comics first came out, they're amazing.
yeah. And season 4. Did you see episode 6?
Yeah,
No, Teresa is like, okay, we're back.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
worried that we weren't going to go there anymore, but oh my God,
yeah.
did we
No,
just
yeah, it was
all of a sudden
amazing.
just boom, throw it all at once?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
fantastic, fantastic.
Looking to, I think I'm gonna wait and watch the last two together, the 7 and 8 together,
Hmm. Hmm. Okay,
rather
cool,
than
cool,
spreading
cool.
it over two
Okay,
weeks
I'm
because I
with
think
you.
it'll be,
I'm
I think
with
it'll
you.
be one story.
Okay, so those are the final two. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Francis with Jessica Lange, yeah, about the old school actor who was institutionalized for speaking out for
Oh, I saw the trailer
maltreatment
for
on
that.
set, and yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Not horror, but actually turned out pretty good. It was actually interesting. Battle Royale, saw at New
Hmm.
Farm, fantastic.
Yep.
Shout out New Farm. And I mentioned Cabin on the Woods and Midsummer. No, stop
Amazing.
motion on the last one. Interview the Vampire. I'll give it time before I comment on the
Mm.
TV show. I'll give it
The,
time.
the I would
Yes.
wait until you've seen the whole season.
Hmm. Yeah,
Just
I'm
it's a
with you.
really nice encapsulated thing.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. So I'm not disliking it. Don't get me wrong,
Mm.
anyone. No, no, but I'm
Yeah.
just giving it time before it just settles in before I,
Yeah.
give an opinion on it. I'm not mad at any of the choices that have been made. Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, obviously the one
Louis,
choice that
yeah. After you.
I just say obviously the one choice that they make in the filmed versions is they don't have the child be an actual child. Like in the books, she's like 5 or 6
Okay,
years of age. She's
okay,
not
yeah.
a 12 year
Okay.
old or a 15-year-old. Like she's very young, very
Mhm.
young. So they can't really have a 5-year-old on the show. So they age her up a little bit, obviously, for the
Yeah, yeah,
like the
yeah.
movie did it and the TV series has done it.
What's the character's name again?
Now you're
Claudia,
asking
Claudia, Claudette,
something like that.
something like that. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
It does matter. Yeah. So yeah,
um,
how have you gone with the messages? Have you found the list?
I have not.
Okay.
Uh, Sorry, give me a sec. How far back was it?
Could be a wee way back.
Yeah.
I mean, throwing it out there, we could just choose another Australian horror and I prepare
Mm.
it properly for next time. Um, I wouldn't dare do the Babadook Scream Queen, don't worry. Just came randomly to my head then. Um, the
Claudia.
exploitation got, huh?
Claudia is her name.
Thank you,
You're good.
Claudia. Yes. I have a doll, an animatronic doll, spooky doll, sitting right here. Your name's Claudia, isn't it? Yes. Looking at me right here. I'll show it to you one day on the Zoom there, children.
Yes.
The exploitation long weekend. Thank you, there, children. They got very good numbers in a
Mm.
short amount of time. We do
Yeah.
appreciate.
It's
Um,
amazing.
More people there viewing, and to the new subscribers. Thank you, thank you. What it was good exploitation. Da, da, da. Have you seen anything good there, Baron?
Uh, I've I've been
since we
finishing off
spoke
watching
last?
all of the Hellraisers,
Hmm.
and I've gone down a little bit of an Aliens and Predator um, rabbit hole.
What's your favorite Hellraiser? Apart from one or
Uh,
two. Apart from one or two.
hmm, this is controversial, but
Yeah.
I like the remake or the reboot,
So do I.
the most
Yeah.
recent one.
Yeah. Yeah. So do
Um,
I. So do I. And I think it's getting another one, which is good because that also needs time to develop that
yeah,
world, I think, as well. I think some great
yeah,
work can come out of it once they get over that. Oh, we're doing Hellraiser. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
nerves and apprehension and anxiety. Yes, because I suffered a little from that. And for people to get used to it. Yeah. Yeah, we're going
yeah,
on a different aesthetic route rather than BDSM, which is cool. No, on that,
mm,
yeah, whatsoever. I love the
yeah.
original Hellraisers and all that.
Ah, it's amazing.
Um, yeah, of course, of course. But no,
Clive
yeah, I
Barker's
really,
great.
and I liked I think it's the fifth one where there's the cop. It's very hallucinogenic and oniric, dreamlike. Um,
Oh yeah,
yeah, that one I thought was all right
yeah.
conceptually and mise en scene wise, it was a bit more interesting than the others.
It
Because
was more arty.
a lot of them are rough. A lot of it's
Yeah.
rough.
Well,
11
the
or
one in
so
space,
films.
the
Yes.
one in space was really rough.
Well, how do you get from 18th century France to space? I forget how the transition was even made, but that's
He's an ancestor of the Le Marchand family.
yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Yes. Mm. Shout out to Simon Says, Sayes. He is the creator of what is the name of the box again?
The Le Marchand box.
The Lemmershand box, yeah. The lament
Uh,
configuration as well. It also goes
correct.
by, of course, yeah.
I have one. I
Um,
have one here
he is the
in a little
original
display
creator.
case with a hand of Vecna, the Kandarian dagger, and the Necronomicon. It's got a little light up box that's got all these
Are you able
nasty
to
items
grab
in it.
it?
Oh
Because we
yes.
can't see it, of course,
Hang
because
on,
of the
hang on.
background. That's cool. Um, yeah, so I did enjoy that one. I did enjoy that one. Because a lot of them are rough. A lot of them are very rough. And but that's what you get if you own the IP rights to a franchise, their children, and you don't have the right people on board to produce proper content at the rate that is required, which is one a year, pretty much, or one every few years at least. That's why you get continuous cycles of bad sequels. Sorry, continuous sequels of potentially
Ah,
great franchises, of franchises that have, a few stellar examples and a lot of bullshit. That's because they are legally obligated to churn it out and they don't have the people to do nothing but produce bullshit. Yeah, that's how it works, unfortunately. Okay, cool. Yes, excellent. I want one. I am envious. Yeah. Does it do anything or is it pure display?
hang on, I put my headphones on so I can hear you. There's
Sorry.
that Le Marchand box.
It is great. It is great. I am envious. Now, does it do anything or is it just purely for display?
Hang on.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay. Just
I've got a
the square
uh,
side slide, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. It's yeah, you're coming in and out, of course, but yeah, no, we can see it. Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Barry. Thank you, Barry. Okay.
All good.
Ozploitation, the best of. Just this is on IMDb. Mad Max, Patrick, Wolf Creek, Babadook, that's for Scream Queen. Stone, that's a bikey movie, that's not horror. You've mentioned Razorback. I will leave that for you, though. I will leave that for you there, good sir.
Sure.
Yeah. No, you'll do that one better. Ooh, Wake and Fright is a good one because of historical context. Have you seen Wake and Fright?
I have, yes.
Yeah, that's a good historical context to dark Australian cinema. Yeah, and just the whole pensive fucking tone to it all.
There's another really good one I watched with Wilbur Wilde in it called Dead End Drive-In, I think. Then there's Body Melt.
Yeah, no, I'll leave that for you. Not that I want to do that one, but I'll leave that for you.
Okay,
We should get Cade. We should get Cade to come in for that one as well.
I agree. He's the
Uh,
one that showed it to me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, he loves that one. Ba, 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 ba. You see, I
Oh,
could go. Huh?
I was going to say the Return of Captain Invincible is not a horror.
There's the Nightingale, which is a Jennifer Kent who did the Babadook. That's dark cinema. That's extreme cinema. There's the Horseman. Do you know the Horseman?
Yeah, I know of it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's a goodie. Um, and it's because it could be for a minute or two that it's going to be just you and me, yes.
Yeah,
So we could take advantage of that and not have the female presenting people of our pod be exposed to such things.
yeah, that's a good point.
We could do the Horseman because you know the premise here. The premise, children, is a father's daughter is abducted into the underground porn industry of Australia, and he goes
Yeah.
on a violent rampage to get her back.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a very good film, but it is
Mm,
what it is. Yes, I
yeah.
need not explain
It's
more. So,
somewhat
heads
confronting.
up, somewhat confronting. But if you are, all good enough for that sort of cinema, it's a high quality example of such things. Yes, it's good. I think we shall do that actually.
Okay.
Ah, shall we? Because that is we have done heavy recently. No, sorry, Baron. I want to do that one in the future, but no,
Okay.
no. Australian. What? Because yeah, turkey shoot. The guy, our
Oh,
friend there,
nice.
doesn't he look like the turkey suit guy? Isn't it a kind of nice little kind of visual kind of homage, even? Yeah.
Very much so. Yeah.
Let's just try one more list. This is evil popcorn after dark.
Behind the curtain.
More relaxed, more
Yeah,
easygoing.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Best Australia. Behind the curtain's not bad, actually. If we were to, implement such a segment. The 33 best Australian horror films. What do you reckon's number one?
Oh,
This is according to Rotten Tomatoes. It's coming up now.
Australian horror.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm gonna go Picnic at Hanging Rock. I reckon they're gonna take that angle.
yeah, it might be. They might go with something. They might go with something newer. Uh, maybe. Oh, Babadook.
Okay, you're gonna go there. Okay, so starting at number 10, they have the Snowtown Murders. Have you seen that film? You know about the
No.
case, yeah?
Oh no, I know about the case, but I hadn't seen
Yeah,
the movie.
the movie's excellent. It's one of those,
Okay.
extreme dramas, yeah.
Okay.
But it is excellent. Cargo is
What?
at number 9. I really like
What? Hang
Cargo.
on. What side are we
Mm.
on?
Rotten Tomatoes. I
Okay.
put best Australian horror films,
Oh,
and
okay.
the
I'll have
first
a look.
Google search was 33 best Australian. So I'll
Okay.
let you catch up there. Yeah, the
Okay.
Snowtown Murders. The guy who
Oh,
plays the main guy, he has a death stare that outmatches Robert De Niro back in the day. Yeah,
nice.
yeah, he is
Holy
terrifying.
crap. The top 10 reads like our episode list.
You reckon? What?
Talk to me, Sissy, the loved ones. Babadook is number one.
Babadook is number 1. Loved ones. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wake and Fright.
Yeah,
Sissy. Talk to me. Relic is at number
yeah,
6.
yeah.
What is bloody hell?
I've not seen that one.
For genre fans in the mood to watch some darkly funny mayhem, Bloody Hell lives up to its title in
Darkly
all the best
funny.
ways. Darkly funny mayhem. Hmm.
Yeah.
Now that's not a bad little side angle to take from here. A man with a mysterious past flees the country to escape his own personal hell, only to arrive somewhere more
Much worse.
refreshing, much worse. Thank you. Bloody hell. Okay, I'm going to put that as an option. Hounds of
Yeah, I
Love,
like
just
that.
checking this one.
I like
Hounds of
that.
Love, set a psychological thriller, a few nasty surprises. No. Yeah, bloody hell. I'm Isn't that a mature? Yes,
Yeah,
movie
yeah.
critic.
Blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah blah.
mature movie critic outlook to take.
Let's.
Yeah, the career is burgeoning. Bloody
Yeah,
hell,
yeah.
2020. Let's just go with that.
Yep, sure. Why not?
Let's just go with this lucky find. Yes, in this little pool we
Yeah,
threw our fishing rod, our line into. Yeah. Okay. Does it say where it is?
that's what I'm just looking at now.
Very
Bloody
good.
hell, Tubi, AMC Plus, Plex, Philo, Sling TV, YouTube, Roku,
Stan.
Apple. No, no
Yes.
Stan.
No, I've got Stan. Hold
Oh,
on, let me
okay.
see. Let me just double. Yeah, bloody hell. Play. Yep, it's on here. Cool. It's a guy in a devil mask with a shotgun. I'm in. That's cool. And it looks like it's
Oh,
nothing
yep.
too depressingly violent. Yeah, we'll get back to
Stan,
that, children,
Netflix,
of course.
Apple
But yeah,
TV, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus. Great.
perfect. Okay. And that is an Australian movie. Yes,
Yeah,
Australian. All right. Never heard of it. Great. Fantastic. Let's just go for this lucky
yeah,
draw. Yeah.
yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do a lucky draw from the net. Like it. Okay. So there are children. Heads up. Yep. You've got time. Um, should we?
Mm.
I'm just trying to think when we want to do this. When we want to record. Sarah Scream Queen hasn't gotten back to us yet. Did you want to
Hmm.
do this Friday anyway, regardless, or are we getting too carried away? Do we want to give us some time before we record this?
Give her some time. I think she might like this one.
Okay. All right. And the bat might as well. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
But the bat likes violent, funny mayhem. Absolutely. Yes. All right. So we'll give it about a week. We'll look at it next
yeah,
week. Yeah. When
yeah,
we
yeah.
do it. Yeah. But we've got plenty coming out.
Mm.
Absolutely. Actually, just let me bring up my list just so we're absolutely 100% up to date, and yourself, Baron, with that as well.
Yep,
Because we have some in the dark, which is always good because life does happen when it happens.
yep.
Yeah, we have House of a Thousand that is going to be released next as I'm speaking now. Necrotronic after that. Then we have the two Wyrmwood movies, Road of the Dead, followed by
I'm
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
And then we'll be doing Bloody Hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that makes us
I like
4
it.
ahead. Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
I
So
like it.
technically a month ahead of, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And we came into being, we birthed out of the internet, spewed
Um,
ourselves out
Nearly
of our
12
little
months ago.
matrix tube nearly 12 months ago. August the
Yeah.
1st is what I put as the official
Hmm. Yep.
Facebook day, just to round it off, was somewhere around there, close to a few days off here or there. But yeah, and we should have 40 something episodes released by then. Yes, I
Nice.
reckon once the 2 year mark hits in, we'll be, yeah, it's somewhere before then we'll be 100. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, which is cool, which is cool. Yeah, so if you want to help us get there and help us grow, follow
Mm.
us. Yeah,
Yeah.
get your popcorn buckets and join us. Get
Hit all
bloody
the
with us.
bells.
Hit all the bells. Smash all the children.
Do all
No,
whatever the thing is you got
the
to do.
subscribe buttons. Whatever you do, whatever you do.
Break into people's
And
houses and subscribe to us on their computers.
all of that stuff. And but we are all older people or older in perspective as well, and we like to discuss things as well. So as I've said before, comment
Yeah.
on our opinions on movies you would like us to cover, segments you would like us to introduce if you've got any ideas, that sort of thing. If anyone wants to be interviewed just to promote something, absolutely,
Yep.
please. Yeah. And yeah, just to help this thing build and grow. And I actually had a look at the Google at the at, with the at symbol at
Yep.
Evil Popcorn Pod, and it has a
Yep.
list of everything you can follow us by. Yeah, it has the Google,
Ah,
has the
brilliant.
YouTube, has the Facebook,
Hmm.
has the Amazon for the Alexa, it has listen notes,
Hmm.
all of that other stuff that isn't the major stuff, as well as all of the primary stuff, the Apple and the Spotify and the YouTube, etc., etc., all listed
Yep.
down there in one list of search results on the front page. And that's where you can follow us on everything, the easiest way to do it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, correct.
So which means our algorithms are nicely aligning and our viewership is growing. And so, yeah, yeah. And
It's
we
good.
have, yeah, survived here, which is so thank you there, Baron and Screen Queen and Bat and all of the children of the popcorn out there, because, popcorn podcasting is not easy. Yes, I created
Hey,
the genre there, popcorn podcasting. But it's
I
not
had an
easy, and
idea.
most fold pretty damn
Mm.
quickly. So I'm just happy that it's we're still here and still going. Yeah, to
We
you.
should do a popcorn tasting, like a compare popcorn brands video.
Mhm. Absolutely. That's a great idea. Yeah, that's great. We need to build on that aesthetic more. Daniel,
Yeah.
if you are listening out there, we still have a photo shoot in the tuck. Yeah. And if we can create ourselves as, Poppy, who you've shown before on the pod.
Hmm.
Yeah. If you're going to
Yeah.
bring up
Hang on.
Poppy there. And if we could look like Poppy mixed with evil ushers, yeah, at Evil Corp and a macabre looking cinema. I'll say this again there when the Baron comes back. But that's my plan there, children. Yes. So there, Baron, I'll say it again. If we could look like Poppy meets evil ushers in a macabre cinema, yeah, yeah. So like, there's blood on the popcorn and blood on
Yeah.
us, and all that sort of popcorn and and
Yep.
a spooky. And we can set that up at Evil Corp very easily. Yeah, want to do that sort of thing. And speaking with Cade and Kate. Oh, I suppose it's going to be an announcement because it is going to happen because Cade's already helped setting up the cinema stuff there now, the movie stuff there now in Evil Corp. He's giving it test runs, doing movie nights via Evil Corp at Evil Corp. Yeah, through
Yep.
for Evil Popcorn. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So yeah, very happy, very happy. Yourself there,
Hmm.
Baron. What say you?
It's all good. Let's
Mhm.
march forward into the future with our undead army of hybrid zombies.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Um, I think that's
Powered
all.
by popcorn.
Yes. Powered by popcorn, absolutely. Mine is cheese, always cheese. At the popcorn companies, if you ever want to sponsor us,
Okay.
yes, cheddar,
Okay.
please. Lots of the cheddar.
Cheddar
Mhm.
flavor.
Cheddar flavor, always. Yeah, I'm so glad they brought it back. I was considering taking grated cheese into the cinema on the butter popcorn and then just throwing it on top of and
Okay.
waiting for it to
Interesting.
melt.
Interesting.
Yes. But I didn't, of course. But yeah, I'm glad it came back. The cheddar cheese at home, the microwave variety. And those poppers, there are poppers you can buy. They're like Dorito meat, a Dorito meets a popcorn. Yeah. Hello. What is that fabulous beast's name?
This is Sicarius.
Sicarius. Ah,
He
yes, yes, yes.
he's nearly 16 years old, and he has
Wow.
opinions about when he should be allowed into rooms and not. I'm going to
Mhm.
put you down now. Here you
A very
go. Go on.
distinguished looking gentleman. Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic.
He has social anxiety.
Don't we all, Barry? Don't we all?
Yes. Yeah, yeah. So yes.
That's why
Well,
we watch
let's
movies. Hmm?
that's why we stay home and we watch 7 movies in one weekend. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Anyways,
Well, shall we bring this creaky little creature into an end?
yes. Let's creak a bit back into its crypt.
Hmm.
Yeah, the popcorn has been successfully popped. The blood has been shed, and the worm has been wooded.
I see what you did there.
Yes, thank you, Roche-Turners. More,
Yes.
please. More,
Yes,
please.
yes. More the merrier. More
Any
the
way we
merrier.
can help, let us know. I will be politely pestering you. via the socials. Yes, so we shall see, children, we shall see. And so we have essays, we have bros bothering people in Europe and paying for it, coming up soon with Hostel, and whatever the hell, and whatever the bloody hell is coming up
Yeah,
next. Yeah. So thank you,
awesome.
Baron, for hosting this. This certainly has been Mr. Popcorn
Yes,
for Evil Popcorn, keeping it bloody.
yes.
Over to you.
And this is the Baron saying, "Go to bed, children. It's past your bedtime, and we'll be very angry. Go to bed."
Shh.